here's our list for the top 5 NFC quarterbacks heading into the 2023 season. Some interesting names on there, even more interesting ones, perhaps, that are not on there. And we are going to keep the top 5 theme going and make our list for which quarterbacks we think should be in the top 5 in the AFC. Quick disclaimer, we made these lists with the assumption that Aaron Rodgers is joining the Jets.
Yeah, he's in.
We feel like that's a safe assumption, so keep that in mind. Jason, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, this is always fun.
Are we going 5 to 1? Are we going 5 to 1 or 1 to 5?
I'm going 1 through 5 because I feel like number 1 is obvious after what he did last season.
Sure.
And that
just
is,
last season?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. There was a lot of talk last season. Tyreek Hill was going to be gone, blah, blah, blah. And in this conference, Mahomes, there's a lot of young quarterbacks. We have the Burrows, the Josh Allens that we want to compare. Speaking of those two, number 2 for me, I am going with Joe Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals. I think he obviously performed really well after a slow start last season. But that was the question mark. It was like, how do you do Burrow and Josh Allen? Allen, number 3, down there up there in Buffalo.
Jay, can I tell you, I think those are the 3 that I think we're all going to have.
Yes.
Now it gets interesting.
Yes, it's just a matter of where do you put 2 and 3. Do you put Josh Allen above, Burrow, below? How you do?
What do you got?
Number 4, I'm going with Lamar Jackson. Number 4, Lamar Jackson. I think he has a really good year. He stays healthy this year, and I think he gets it done. And then number 5, Aaron Rodgers, welcome to the AFC. And I know the Justin Herberts, the Trevor Lawrences. I went with the proven commodity, Aaron Rodgers, as rounding out my top 5. There it is, screen grab.
Take it. Nice, clean one.
It's a good list.
Nailed it.
Good list. I like your penmanship.
Palmer?
Thank you.
Okay. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to, but real quick, I got to say this. I was on the phone with a quarterback coach in the league last night who told me, I just feel so bad for anybody like Mike Kafka or Eric Bieniemy who goes and runs another offense and realizes they have to talk to their entire team and their quarterback and say, everything that I used to do, I have to throw out the window because all of the quarterback rules you throw out the window with Patrick Mahomes. It's just a difficult life, they were telling me, when you move on from him on how you run your own offense. I'm going Joe Burrow number 2. And I'm doing this because of the mental aspect of Joe Burrow. The processing capacity, maybe the best processor of information in football. About week 5 or week 6 is when Brian Callahan and Dan Pitcher, their OC and quarterback coach, decided to put more on Burrow at the line of scrimmage, kind of let him go. What did you see happen the rest of the season? Just what he saw, what he called, and you saw them thrive. His mind is unbelievable. This guy's arm is out of this world. I'm going Josh Allen at number 3 because what he can do is unbelievably special. Obviously, physically, on the field, can make any throw that maybe we've really never seen before. Maybe number 1 can do as well, but at the same time, we'll put him 3. I'm going Trevor Lawrence, number 4. Trevor Lawrence, number 4. Guys, I'm on the bandwagon. Bring me to Jacksonville. That might be where Sarah's going to be spending most of her time this season. Because, listen, I talked to Doug Peterson this offseason, and he said the way Trevor Lawrence was playing at the end of the year is kind of how we thought he was going to be playing beginning, middle of this coming season. He picked it up so quickly, and you look at the weapons he has the ability to process all of it, but also the ability physically to do everything on that field. We forget that this was the best prospect since Andrew Luck, we were all told. This guy is going to make a monster
Let me jump in on James.
2.
To context, yesterday James had Justin Fields at number 2. Your philosophy with these is a lot moving forward.
Very much so.
It's not this, it's like where they're headed, so I think that probably plays into the Lawrence, right?
It does. It plays into Lawrence a lot. Because that was also year 1 with Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
What did we see him in the second half of the year? Year 2, what's it going to be like?
Here we go. Who's
and then
5?
I'm going backwards, I guess, because I'm going to go Rodgers as number 5.
Okay.
I will say this. I love the team that's around him. I know that he's been in the same place for 18 years. Having Nathaniel Hackett be there for him as the offensive coordinator and Alan Lazard, I think makes it a much smoother transition for him to be successful right away. I struggled with 5, though. I struggled.
It's a hard spot.
Yeah.
Sarah Walsh.
Okay, I wrote these in the reverse order because we went reverse yesterday. 1, Mahomes. I almost think we're getting numb to just how insanely good he is, right? Like, I mean, I don't feel like is it fair to say we don't give him enough due? Because we do, but it's just like the debate is always somewhere else because we just get it. He's 1. Okay, Allen 2, and I'll even go Allen 2 and 3. These it's a tie. I almost went Burrow just on the outfits he wears walking into the stadium. I was like, is that gonna, it's like when you're picking a bracket and you're like, I like this mascot better. I'm like, I kind of love his outfits. But anyway, that could go either way. I'm going Rodgers 4.
Okay.
the MVPs, get him in there. He's 4. And then, much like James, do you want a quarterback that was top 5 last year in completion percentage, in touchdowns, in a lot of categories? That gets you in the top 5. Your top 5, and I would go Trevor and Duval.
Duval in there.
Duval. I love Doug Peterson. I love Trevor Lawrence. I think this is a team on the
Trev
upswing.
getting some love.
And then you look at that division too. I mean, like the Colts, we don't know what they're doing. The Titans are certainly, it seems like, going in the other direction.
Rebuild.
They've sort of owned that division for a while. I mean, this is the Jags thing right now.
Trevor Lawrence was really bad in the first half of that playoff game, and then he flipped a switch, and now it's like we're so excited about Jacksonville. You give us that good half at the end, and they hung around with Kansas City too. All right, I have Mahomes number 1, self-explanatory. I have Allen 2. I kind of dealt with the same thing you guys have. The running ability is still so ridiculous. I still think the ceiling is so ridiculous. I don't think he had his best statistical year last year, but I think he terrifies defense and defensive coordinators. I have Rodgers 3. I'm going to go Rodgers.
Okay.
Now, this is a little bit of an investment moving forward, too. I know the stock is a little down. I've said it 1,000 times on this show. It is the best I have ever seen played the position. He is not 44 years old. He is still in his 30s. I think he's going to be a maniac this year. I believe in him with the Jets. 4, I have Joe Burrow, just fantastic. He's going to have a spot somewhere. We can debate which one. And I have a name that no one has put on the list.
Ooh.
Herbert.
Justin
Herbert. So Justin Herbert, I understand. The last time we saw the Chargers, they were having one of the biggest chokes in playoff history. Fine. I still believe in him. I still would sign up with him this year. I think he's incredible. I think he's locked in. I love his talent. I love the production. He got the Chargers to the playoffs. They usually don't. There's a lot of different ways we could go. I saw Herbert on nobody's list. How many people were...
I was the only one with Lamar Jackson.
Only player with a Lamar Jackson
And
top
Lamar
5.
started the season off last year. I mean, he was amazing at the beginning of that. MVP conversations with him and Jalen Hurts. And I know, obviously, he ended the season banged up. There's all the contract stuff. But Lamar Jackson, he's exciting to watch. We all know that. But I think he'll be back at the top next year.
I feel like we had a bit of recency bias here from all of us. The way Kyle mentioned, the way things ended for Justin Herbert maybe impacted us. The way they ended for Trevor Lawrence. If there's not a bad drop and a fumble inside the 10, they beat the Chiefs, honestly.
True.
They lost by 7 and both those things happened. I think maybe recency bias plays a factor in this
A couple names that a year from now could make this look bad. Deshaun Watson going with this year 2 with the Cleveland Browns and having a real season, we think. Did you think for a second, JP, did you even consider maybe at the 5 spot going Russell Wilson as an investment in the future and what could happen with Sean Payton? Did you even think about it?
It crossed my mind.
Did it?
It did cross my mind. I've heard some.
I didn't think about it. None of the 3 of us did.
No.
What are you hearing? What rumors are you hearing in Denver?
He just wants to stay home more.
It's exciting.
It's just wishful thinking.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. No, there's some Sean Payton for real buzz about, and it's not from Denver. It's from around the league. Just if anybody can do this, it's him. And I think him not saying anything about what he wants to do with Russ is kind of telling and kind of cool because he's playing it really close to the vest about what he wants to do with him.
I love it.